Good day, everybody, and welcome to Truthcast TV. If you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button, and if you like this video, then give it a like. The more subscribers, the more likes, the more eyes are on the truth. Now, today, I want to go over cancel culture, and I want to take a look at just a few of the things that have been canceled or renamed since this George Floyd death. So let's just jump right on into that, shall we? And the first thing I would like to go over is Scrabble. It bans 236 bigoted words and slurs from its official list. Yes, everybody, Scrabble has now started banning words that they believe are bigoted slurs. Oh, well, I mean, it gets more and more ridiculous every day. Cancel culture is in full effect, and it is going to do nothing but get worse and worse and worse. Let's just read a little bit. Players of the classic board game will no longer be able to rack up points for spelling out racial and ethnic slurs, according to Scrabble officials. A total of 236 words were removed from the official Scrabble words list used at tournaments in order to play the game friendlier to all types of people, the North American Scrabble Players Association said Wednesday. Removing slurs is the very least that we could do to make our association more inclusive, NASPA CEO John Chu said in a statement. How can we in this day tell prospective members that they can only play with us if they accept that offensive slurs have no meaning when they played on a board? But not all members of the 10,000 strong group which were polled about whether to scrap the hateful words agreed. Thank God. And some were angry about the change. Some members threatened to leave the association if a single word were removed. Others threatened to leave the association if any offensive words remained. There were a lot of good and bad arguments on both sides, Chu said in a statement. The group did not say which specific words had been removed, but Chu told the NPR the N-word, worth a measly 8 points, was among the first to get the boot. The toy company Hasbro, which owns the right to Scrabble, backed up the decision by changing the rules of the game to make clear that slurs are not permissible. The firm said it has worked to eliminate offensive words from the game's dictionary with every new edition they release. Wow. Now, Redskins. Yes, the football team, the Washington Redskins, are set to change their name, and it should be announced today, per reports. So, yes, even NFL teams now are canceling the names of their football teams. Wow. And of course, everybody knows Aunt Jemima canceled. What does TMZ say right here? Admits she's a racial stereotype. And they say, no duh. Wow. Every time I've ate Aunt Jemima syrup, the last thing that was on my mind, the last thing I was thinking about was it being racist. But anyway, oh yeah, and cream of wheat, old Uncle Ben, he got the boot too. So, you know, Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima are no longer. Let's see what else we got right here. Amazon might remove Dukes of Hazzard from IMDb TV over the Confederate flag imagery. Yes, the TV show that we all grew up with, in the car known as the General Lee that had the Confederate flag on top. Well, now it is racist. And now it is being canceled. Imagine that. Next up, Eskimo Pie to change name. Cites racial equality. Re-recognize the term is derogatory. Yes, Eskimo Pie ice cream. 99-year-old brand is changing their name. Let's read a little bit. The owner of Eskimo Pie ice cream treat says it will change the name of its 99-year-old brand because the term is derogatory, the company announced on Friday. The move by Dreyer's Grand Ice Cream, which owns Eskimo Pies, comes as Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben announced changes to their brands following nationwide protests in the wake of the police killing of George Floyd. We are committed to being a part of the solution on racial equality and recognize the term as derogatory. Elizabeth Marquez, the company's head of marketing, said in a statement. The move is part of a larger review to ensure our company and brands reflect our people's values, the statement adds. The Eskimo Pie is America's first chocolate-covered vanilla ice cream bar and was invented in 1920 by Christian Nelson, according to the Smithsonian Institution. I can't read today. The name came about from Nelson after collaborating with chemist and entrepreneur Russell Stover. The bar was patented in 1922. So, no more Eskimo Pies, everybody, because it's racist as well. And the last thing I want to cover, like I said, I'm just going over a few of the things that's been canceled, or a few of the products that are getting name changes. Now, I found this very interesting. The unintentional racism found in traffic signals by David Kaufman. Just because something doesn't use an offensive mascot doesn't mean it can't reinforce a broke system. Washington, D.C.'s pro football team, Aunt Jemima pancake products, Eskimo Pies, they are all examples of everyday racism that bombards people of color from the supermarket to the playing field. They're also all iconic American products that both corporations and consumers finally agree are ready for a rebrand. But what about the far more subtle streams of everyday racism that course through our homes and our workplaces and outside the world? These instances may be far subtler than a mascot or an offensive term, but are no less pervasive and no less deserving of culture reckoning. For me, the reckoning begins with traffic signals. Yes, this guy thinks traffic signals are now racist. Let's just read a little bit more, shall we? A few months back, before COVID-19 kept us in our homes and George Floyd made us all take to the streets, I was walking with a friend, her daughter, and my twin sons. My friend is white, and I'm not. Something I'd never given a second thought until we reached a crosswalk. Remember, honey, she said to her daughter as we waited for the light to turn green, we need to wait for the little white man to appear before we can cross the street. I realized that white people like to exert control over nearly everything everyone does. I thought, but since when did this literally include trying to cross the street? Oh my God. Part of my surprise here was a function of age. My boys are a few months younger than her daughter, and we hadn't yet tackled the crossing the street component of basic toddler training. But as a black dad, I was struck by the language at play. How is it possible that well into the 21st century, parents all over Manhattan, well-meaning BLM marching parents, are teaching their children to ask little white men for permission to cross the street? And why doesn't that seem to bother them? Oh my goodness. I can't even read no more. It makes me sick to my stomach. But if you like this video, click that like button. If you're new to this channel, click that subscribe button. And I hope everybody has a great day. I got more content coming this week. So stay tuned, stay woke, stay safe, and God bless.